Hi, I'm Steve Woodmore and welcome to the first of what I hope is going to be many tutorials. This is a tutorial on Filmora requested by a friend of mine. He wanted to know how he could remove the audio from a clip. Well, I've made a tutorial showing how to remove the audio, but I've also shown how to trim a clip and how to replace the audio at the same time. I'd also recommend you watch my other video, The Way Forward, which explains why my voice is the way that it is and why I'm doing these clips. Anyway, straight to the tutorial, which we're going to be doing on Filmora 09 and how to remove the audio from a clip. The first thing we need to do is we need to import a clip into our timeline. So we do that by going up here to where it says import media files. Just click that and now choose the file you want to work with. In this case I'm going to be working with that file there. So I click it once and then click open. Let's put the file up there. Now to get it onto our timeline we can do it one of two ways. We can either click, hold and drag it down, or if you notice in the middle there's a plus. If you just click on the plus it says add to project. So we click on it once and up comes a requester. Now I filmed this in 2160 Ultra HD, but this project is only going to be in 1080p. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the project settings at 1080p, which is how I'm going to be working. So I do that there, and as you can see it's now brought it down onto the timeline. The amount of the clip visible on the timeline we can change with this slider here. We can make it shorter or we can make it longer. I prefer to see all the clip at once on the timeline, so I tend to have it at about here. We can also move back and forwards on the timeline with this slider down the bottom, but that will do for me at about there. Yes, so I can see as much of the clip as I want. Now to remove the audio is actually a very simple process, but it's connected to the video. Let's have a look at the audio I want to remove first. When I filmed this it was at the top of a hill and it was very windy, so it got a lot of wind noise. You can probably hear that in the background. Now that's what I don't want on my clip. So what we're going to do is we're going to completely remove the audio. The way we do that is either click on the video or click on the audio. It doesn't really matter. Anywhere in the timeline, right click with your mouse and up comes a menu. If you look, you've got this option here, detach audio. What we do is we select that. Now what that's done is that's separated the audio from the video, which means we can work on one without affecting the other. In this case we're only going to work on the audio. So what we do is we click on the audio file to make it active, then click delete. That's it. The audio has now gone. If we go back to that section, as you can hear, absolute silence, no audio at all, which is better than the wind noise that I had, but it's not really what I wanted. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually add different audio. So the first thing to do is import our new audio. Again, the same process, exactly the same process as it was with importing a film clip. I've just selected the audio, which is this one here, select open, and there we go, it's put it up there. Now again, you can click the plus to put it on the timeline, or you can click and drag to put it on the timeline like I have just here. First thing to notice is our audio clip isn't as long as our film clip, so we can either find another audio clip that's as long, or we can shorten the film clip to match. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the film clip. First thing we do is bring the playhead over to where the audio has ended, which is just there, and then click the scissors, which trims it. There we go, that's trimmed it. This is the bit that we don't want. Just highlight that, click delete, and it's gone. Now let's have a listen. Well, that sounds better than what we had before, and certainly sounds better than silence. Now, so we've replaced the audio. We could stop there, but I don't want to. What I want to do is I want to fade the audio in and fade it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the audio track, click it, and then if you look here you've got a set of sliders. What they are is they are the audio controls. Click them and up comes the audio controls, where we can alter things like volume, fade in and fade out and everything else. Now in this case I'm going to do the fade in and fade out. Fade in, it starts quiet and then reaches its full volume at the beginning of the clip. If you move this slider, you can see what it's doing down the bottom here because of the shaded area. Where it's fully shaded, it's really quiet. Where it's hardly shaded, it's really loud, the full volume. As we move the clip slider along, you can see how much of the clip works by. Well, also you can see how long on the timeline up here. Well, I prefer about 10 seconds normally, so I'm just going to adjust this roughly to 10 seconds. 9.78, that'll do. And now let's have a listen to it. Can you hear that it gradually fades into full volume? And now we're going to do the exact same at the other end. We're going to fade out. If you look at this music clip here, the music naturally fades out towards the end anyway because we've come to the end of the track. We're just going to make sure that happens properly at the end of the clip as well by again using the fade in control to move over. As you can see, it's moving across as we want it. Also, if you come down here, you've also got a little slider you can use like this one to move across. So I've moved it across to approximately the start of where the music starts to fade out so that my shaded area follows the music dying out. Let's have a listen. Just about to come to the fade now. And there we go, gradually reducing the volume. Yes, I'm happy with that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn it into a video. Very simply done by coming up here to export, create video. I'm going to create it locally on my machine. I'm going to create it as an MP4, but you can create it in any one of these formats, but realistically MP4 is the best one to work with. So the first thing we need to do is give it a name. In this case we'll call it test video. Click the settings to make sure you've got the settings you want. In this case best is ideal for me. Stereo, yep, that's absolutely fine. We'll leave it at that. Click OK. Click export. That's now going to take just over a minute to do, so what we'll do is at the end of this tutorial I'll play the full clip for you so you can see and hear it. There we go. It's one of the simplest jobs to do in Filmora. Please help me out to make more of these videos by subscribing to my channel and liking my clips. I would appreciate it very much. Look out for more tutorials coming for me in the near future. Anyway, here is the clip that we edited. Bye for now.